Hi, my name is John Phillip Burns, and I'm here to talk to you about words and their specific impact on an incident that happened last summer in Ferguson, Missouri. My work is grounded in the work that's done by author Ian Haney Lopez about race relations, but where he looked at political applications, my applications look more toward the cultural society at large. So racially coded language in this format has transformed from something like states' rights to something more specific like thug. But even today's more casual use has policy implications in its applications. I use the data collection device, it's called Deduce, to collate my data. I did a basic search on certain terms I was looking for: thug, animal, beast. And in doing that, I was able to code it negatively, positively, by a private person or by a public person, and also by locality, national, and by race. So what does that look like? In one instance, we have a flyer from the police department in St. Louis that said, "Feeding the animals, meet the 900-pound gorilla." And in this case, I coded it negative, by a public person, local to the area, and non-black. Another one we have says, this is a protester, this was noted in the London papers, so it's international, but it says, "We're animals, that's what you think, but we're Americans just like you." This is a private person with a positive reference because it acknowledges a negative reference. This is the testimony of Darren Wilson, where he said that Michael Brown looked like he felt like a 5-year-old against Michael Brown, who appeared as a demon to him. He's a private person, but a police officer, non-black, and it's negative. In this case, decoding demon, the frequency is rare, and the speaker's voice is as the defendant. He's speaking to the people that were to find him not innocent. So the message is clear. Wilson is trying to telegraph that ultimate evil needs to be vanquished. And that is the link that we're trying to get across. Okay, so in Ferguson, we also had something going on called language reclamation, which you see examples of there, and code switching, where you take the code to mean you switch the code of what is commonly known in certain by certain words. In this case, we have thug, which is, and some people say, it's another way, a polite way of saying the N-word, but in other populations, rappers embrace it. So in Ferguson, we had the situation where we had hands up switching code, where to most people it would mean give up, but to certain people on certain networks it meant falsity. This was most directly given on a show by Megyn Kelly, where she said that the hands up, don't shoot just did not happen. It was false. So just saying that is a revelation of mendacity. Republican candidate Huckabee said that he was ashamed of people in Congress holding up their hands and saying, "Hands up, don't shoot," and went on to say that it was, by doing so, they pretty much were anarchists, and that Brown would have avoided being killed if he had behaved as something other than a thug. So we have that thug word come back again. What does this mean? It means that we have a modern day civil rights movement going on, and it has the use of code language that's moved from the political to the popular. It's traced a trajectory from Sanford, Florida to Baltimore, Maryland. What does that mean? It's resulted in a continued debate about the militarization of local police. In fact, just this last Monday, Obama said that he was going to be limiting military-style equipment for use in police forces. So the consequence of this coded language has applications that affect the social justice of this country. It's my hope that my study will contribute to the study of racially coded language's cultural applications, to which we may find that, in fact, words can help. And that's my presentation. Thank you.